This video is about rather, our astrological charts define who we are. I've had friends ask me because they know that I'm into astrology. They know that I'm into different forms of spirituality and things like that. I'm a spiritual person. So a lot of them ask me, how accurate is a, astrological chart? How accurate could your zodiac be? Is it real? Like, do you think that this really defines, a person, or could determine, if someone's spouse is, suitable for them, and if their charts match, could they work? Could you actually use someone's chart to pair someone up with someone else? And I'm just gonna answer that in this video. So first off, I would like to start off by saying we are we are electromagnetic beings. Okay? And I know it's kind of hard to perceive yourself as such because we have been told and have been taught to view ourselves as, other than what we are. We are more electrical, okay, than we are, so to speak, just chemical, Because if you gotta understand, even if the argument is that we're more chemical, these chemical, or you say other reactions that we have in our body due to hormones and certain reactions within our cells, right? That is that response is due to the electrical impulses with our nerves and within our cells and things like that. See, even the earth has an electromagnetic field, right? The earth's core holds energy. So when you're born on a specific day, there's certain energies surrounding or that could be obtained and absorbed, right, during that day, due to planetary position, due to, whether the sun is out, whether it's nighttime, whether the moon, and then I'll just rather if the moon is out, what phase is the moon in? Things like that, I believe, have an effect on a person's electromagnetic field. Okay, let's say the earth has one, and we as individual people have our own chemical and electrical makeup. And let's say someone born on the same day as you, hell, maybe in the same time, two different doctors in a different hospital room, two different women born the same exact time. Could our charts make us like astrological twins? Should we be exactly the same? I'm going to explain it to you. No. Okay? Think of your zodiac, right? Or your chart, where you have your moon, your Mars, your Venus, right? Your nodes and all that. Think of that as a reference sheet. Picture a video game. Let's say you're picking a character. You're picking an avatar to use as you go through to complete missions or to battle or to fight with someone. They have like these small mini descriptions of the characters. Oh, this one is fast. This one is super strong. This one knows this style of martial arts. See, that is a small little sneak peek of some of the attributes that this character has. The same is true with someone's astrological makeup. Okay? Let's say someone's chart, their moon, so to speak, is in Scorpio. Do all the attributes of a Scorpio have to be like a definitive does that actually determine how a person responds emotionally all the time? Like, oh, since your moon is in Scorpio, that means that you are you are moved and you are extremely, emotional and sensitive and all. I mean, here's the thing. Everyone goes through life and learn certain and pick up certain behaviors and certain aspects just by living and growing. So let's say in your chart you may have you may have difficulty with committing to people, committing to a decision. Hell, you're picking up and moving all the time. You don't know what major you want to have in school. I'm trying to be very general, okay? If you learn that when you were younger and you decided to work on that, and over a period of time you become someone who can make a definitive decision, you know what it is that you want, so therefore you can commit to it. Of course, that aspect is not going to you're not going to be able to relate to that aspect in your chart. Why? Because life and growth happens. So when you look at your chart, just look at it as a reference. Don't look at it as, oh, well, this is in the 12th house, so that means that I'm this and that. I'm just being very general. I know about the houses and I know about the I'm just being very general because I don't want people to get too hanged up on that. Just look at it as a reference. Okay? So I was born in this point in time in this particular place. So these are certain characteristics. These are certain uh, issues that may arise or may not. Just a little small sneak peek into me. But is it me? Absolutely not. Now, how does that work? Just like the earth has its own energies, so too does the sun. Because everyone seems to know their sun sign. So too does other planets, other celestial bodies, correct? So all of these planets and these stars, depending on when you were born, they're in a certain position. And that does send off certain energies. Now, if you think energy does not affect you, then you may not understand the brain. Because even they don't do it in a lot of states, but a lot of people use things like electricity to heal, right? Not just certain pain issues, but also certain mental issues. Like if someone has Tourette syndrome, they'll put like a little small box, a little small incision, and a little small box. I'm not I'm not a neurosurgeon, but they put a little something in there and it actually does send certain electrical impulses through the brain, which helps the person not have such violent and extreme what they call tics. I'm talking about people with Tourette syndrome. And some people it don't work, honestly. But your brain sends electrical impulses throughout the body, which is just messages. Neurons, they send messages, they're sparking. Like even just me speaking on this phone, I'm using all kinds of energy. So if you think that you could be in this world, right? And have in other worlds, right? And other stars, right? Because the sun is not the only star in our galaxy. And other forces could have absolutely no effect on your genetic makeup, on your brain chemistry, and your brain chemistry can affect your mood, can affect your perception, your ability to perceive things. It can actually affect your personality. You see where I'm going with this? So do I believe in it? Yeah, I believe that there is definitely some truth in I do feel like people can look into their charts and look to them for answers, look to them for just a little reference sheet, just a little small little reference sheet is what I think an astrological chart. But I do want people to remember, um, it's don't get hung up on what a chart tells you, because you are a living, breathing, electromagnetic being experiencing life. You're going to grow, you're going to change. Okay? Only you can define who you are, and only you can tell yourself for sure what is true and what is not true about you. So rather than relying solely on a astrological chart, look unto yourself. Look unto yourself for answers. And be honest. You don't have to tell anyone any dirty secrets. You don't have to release out any dirty laundry. You can do it individually and privately for you. And that is where the true growth happens. When you can look into you and determine for you who you are, where you need to go, and who you need to be. And that is my answer. And I hope that I helped people who were wondering about this.